Okay, so back to what we were saying here. So Adam earlier in the show said that he was going to a Christmas party tonight. And because he's known as the Bitcoiner in his circles, he was worried about, or not worried, but wondering how many people would be asking him about Bitcoin right now since it hit 100K. And, you know, I've been saying on this channel for a while now that I think that once it gets to 100K, there's going to be a lot of people start paying attention. And that's probably true. But in my own circle, I haven't really noticed that yet. I haven't got a whole lot of texts other than from Bitcoiners who were pumped about it. But it didn't really trigger anything. And I don't know if it just is because it took so long to get there. It was like over 2 weeks, I think. But it's not happening in my life. But the one thing I have noticed is that the financial advisors, the people who are in traditional finance, the people who have been bashing Bitcoin for the last decade are now starting to come out and say and admit that they were wrong. So I want to start with this. Daniel, still not, zaps aren't showing up. That's shitty, Daniel. I don't know if it's a you problem or a me problem, but anyways, let's get to this video here that I wanted to share from the Lamestream Media. Oh man. I'll tell you a story about the Lamestream Media after we talk about this. So let's start with this clip. And this is what I'm talking about here. Guys like this are starting to admit that they were wrong. And it's a beautiful thing to see. So let's watch this. This is a minute long clip. And see how the traditional finance world is reacting to what's happening here in Bitcoin. All right, let's bring her up.
He's the president and chief investment officer at Neuberger Berman, which has $509 billion in assets under management, and they're not all in Bitcoin, I don't think.
They are not.
They are not. Maybe they should be?
Given that it's up 47% since the election, I guess we missed it. But it's been certainly an interesting ride. And I do think there are developments there from a regulatory standpoint, potentially a legislative standpoint, that have built some of that enthusiasm, together with a little bit of the sort of animal spirits that have been created since November 11th.
What do you tell clients about Bitcoin?
Well, we tell them to be very careful. Look, I admit it, I've been a skeptic over the years because of some of the things that you just quoted Powell on in terms of its store of value. It's not a currency equivalent, right? It is a speculative asset. And we say be very, very careful. Be very careful. We don't have it in client assets right now. There are ways to play it through the exchanges, but certainly it's getting the attention, and we're getting lots of questions about it.
40% since the election, but 60% ARR for 15 years or 10 or 15 years. So, I mean, you've missed it.
We have missed that.
Yeah.
We did miss the U.S. equity market, though, so we got that, which has been a strong performer over the last
He's got that
decade.
going for him.
Oh my God. So good. So good. It's crazy to me that he just goes on the air. He's just smiling about it. He's just laughing. Yeah, we missed Bitcoin. We missed our clients getting 60% returns every year. But we still had the US equity market. That done pretty well for us. It drives me nuts, honestly. It drives me nuts, the fact that these financial advisors take people's money, and I know some of them don't have like a legal fiduciary duty to manage their clients' wealth as best as they can, but inherently they do. I don't know if it's legal or what the regulation is around that, but like a humanity aspect of it, of like doing the right thing. You're a financial advisor and you've missed Bitcoin. You shouldn't have zero clients. You should be working at Walmart. Honestly, how do you miss this? As Joe said there, 15 years, 60% return. It's not like this thing just came out last year and people are still unsure about it. Like, you have a history of 15 years of 60% annual return, and you're still telling people to be very careful with it. I don't mean to get riled up here. I need to calm down here a little bit, because I have to remember that I am live on the internet. But it kills me. And there's people like this guy, there's people like Peter Schiff, there's people like Jim Cramer. These people of the world, they don't care about anybody. They don't give a shit about anybody. All they care about is themselves, about their fee that they get every year off of people. Like, how do you miss this? You're a financial advisor and you're missing the greatest financial asset that has ever existed. And I get there are things, there are reasons, there's a lot of things at risk here with their jobs, but like, I just don't get it. And he's up there laughing about the fact that he was wrong. He doesn't give a shit. He's probably worth $1 billion. And that's why I titled this Bitcoin is for the people, because I hope people like this dipshit, he probably owns Bitcoin himself. He's just unwilling to put his reputation at risk for the betterment of his clients. And I get it. You don't have to put 100% of the client funds into Bitcoin, but like 2%, you've seen an asset go up 60% every year for 15 years and you have a 0% allocation. You're a fucking moron. And it just drives me nuts that he sits up there on TV after all of his clients missed out on that. I didn't expect to get fired up there. I really didn't. But it's like, what are we? I don't know. Here's another one.